Hello, everyone. My name is Mike Frunkhorst. I am your teacher for the 2100 course for this summer. A little bit of an intro. Been in education for quite a while. I've worked as a middle school self-contained ED teacher. I've also then worked for 4th and 5th grade LD teacher, and then was also a process coordinator for 1st through 3rd grade building, along with the high school building for the last part of my career on K through 12. And I've been teaching this 2100 course for about 6 years now. Currently, my position is as the Thrive Program Director at UCM. I've been working with the Thrive program for the last 5 or 6 years. So, I also have a family, a wife of 30 years, and a son and daughter-in-law with a new grandson. And then I also have a daughter that's still finishing up her degree. She'll be finished up in December. I've lived in Warrensburg most of my life. Had a few stints before that. Before I was a teacher, I was in retail management and worked at grocery stores in Warrensburg, along with Columbus, Nebraska, Cheyenne, Wyoming, and then lastly at Hutchinson, Kansas, before I came back to Warrensburg again. So anyway, there's a short little bit on me. A little bit of an intro about the course. It is going to be from May 20th until August 8th, I believe is the exact date. August 8th. So about 12 weeks, 11 regular weeks, and week 12 will be pretty doggone short. So because of being a little bit shorter than a typical 16-week class, there will be a couple weeks that we will go through 2 chapters. I've tried to make sure that the chapters that are doubled don't require maybe as much work as some of the other chapters, and the other chapters that are a full week tend to be disabilities that you will see quite a bit in your teaching profession. So that is there. Let me go ahead and go to Blackboard. The first thing I would do, looking at Blackboard now, is look where it says Start Here and go ahead and look at that information on that page. It has a little bit of introduction from me. It has the course syllabus, also the online schedule. I would print out both of those and definitely print out the online schedule. Our schedule will work from Monday to Sunday evening, so you will have items to start with on Monday. You will have some discussion boards, do some comments on Wednesday, and then Thursday and Friday you will need to come back and do a few more comments to either peers that have commented on your post or to their post. And then Saturday and Sunday finish up with a couple more finalized comments on those discussions. You'll also have a quiz for each one of the chapters. They are random, so you will get different questions each time. With this summer course, there is no midterm and no final, so that is why there are pretty good possibility of some questions. Then you'll also have some assignments. You'll have the observation, and that's one of the first things. I've already emailed. You should have received an email on the 15th about making sure that your background check has been completed within the last year. And I'm still recommending that you give Mr. Runyon's office a call during the week and make sure that they have you, that they can see your fingerprinting done on the site there, and they can answer any questions relating to background check. Once that is completed, then go ahead and start looking for an observation site. With the summer, what you'll need to do is find your own school that you can go to and get some observation hours in. You'll have 6 hours. 3 of those hours need to be in a K through 12 situation, in a regular classroom taught by a regular education teacher that has students with special needs in there also. That's 3 hours. And it can be different. I would recommend that it not being a PE or a special situation. Just because I'd like, for all of the hours. Now, if you're going into PE, art, or music, definitely an hour would be in there, but I'd also like for you to be in a regular classroom so that you get to see a little more of the strategies that we'll be talking about in the book. Then the other 3 hours need to be in a special education setting where it's taught by a special education teacher, and all of the students in that class are special education students. If you're currently working for a district, then email me directly. There may be a couple different instructions for you, so email me directly if you haven't already. But get that done. If you do not have a background check done, then get that done tomorrow. I mean, get that done as quickly as you can, because you cannot do any observation hours until you get your background check completed. And you don't want to be sitting here in June trying to get a background check done. Primarily because many of the school districts have an early session. They may only have summer school, which may end in June. And so you don't have much time to get these hours in. And it may seem like 6 hours won't take long, but when you're working with a school district trying to get things set up, trying to work between, I'm sure you're working and your work hours, some of you may have other classes that you're trying to take. Those are all time that takes away from your availability to get there when you need to. So get that taken care of, and then you should see a discussion board post that once you get your final observation sites and your teachers, I want you to go ahead and post that on your on that discussion board. Make sure to include the school district, the teacher, the dates that you're looking at doing, and whether the teacher is special ed or regular ed. Okay, so those are the big things first. You'll also have an interview summary, and that'll be discussed during that week. There'll also be a DI lesson plan that'll be due. Now, don't worry too much. You do need to make a lesson plan, but as you can see, if you'll go to the assignment section, I have several different options for you, and you only have to do the options that are given points for this assignment. You do not have to do a total lesson plan. I have some samples in there for you to work with if you have not had a class that works on their own lesson plans. Let's see here. Then you'll have a DI collection, which utilizes the Pinterest website or app, and that'll be discussed in that assignment section too. We will be using the 11th edition of Exceptional Children by Heward. You will need to have this, so make sure and get that. If you haven't, make sure and get it rushed to you. All of the questions will come from those textbooks on that. I do have tips for an online class that you should probably read, but basically you need to stay right on top of it. I will try to email those students that are running behind, or if I have questions, but you're the one that's responsible for getting it done in a timely manner. So make sure that you look at that. I would recommend taking the schedule and then going through that schedule and getting it on a calendar, whether you're a paper calendar or if you're a Google calendar, whatever it may be, and get those deadlines put on there so you can keep up to date on those. There's a what if the system goes down document. Basically let me know. I know things happen, but let me know if Blackboard goes down or anything like that. Communication is the key to an online class. Especially with people being home, you may be in another state, and I don't know what the weather's like there. I don't know what's going on there. So, if you're having trouble with internet, contact the Technology Support Center and let me know at the same time, hey, you're having trouble with this. One suggestion I have too is, even though a lot of us have laptops that are Wi-Fi compatible, when you're taking a test, go ahead and wire your computer in, because any type of Wi-Fi issues that cause it to lose connection will say that you've taken the quiz and you'll be done. You can email me at that point and I can get you back in, but it's much easier just to wire yourself in to take those quizzes and get those taken care of. Well, that's the Start Here section. Then Course Documents has all of the documents you will need. It talks about the observation site first. It has a field placement request form. This really does not apply to you at this point in time because you're going to have to do it on your own. Please get with me if you're having trouble locating one, and I will try to assist you. If you are in the Warrensburg area and wish to do it in the Warrensburg School District, contact me directly. I have a person I can contact and I can get you in. I'd like to have this part done as far as helping you get these sites figured out by the end of this coming week. So please email me if you are in the Warrensburg area and what grade level you'd like to teach, what is your interest, and then I will then contact the Warrensburg School District and see what I can work out for you. So anyway, go ahead and do that. There's that background check. It has the information needed and the website to go to. So if you don't have a background check, then get on here today, get this figured out, get it done, and email me when you have submitted it, and we'll get yourself going. There's a discussion board rubric. I would make sure you look at that. This is how I will grade the discussion boards. That's why I said earlier, get online on Wednesday, post to your discussion board answer, and then get on throughout the week. This is part of an online class, is showing participation through the week. This is how you get critiques from other peers and get critiques from me by posting on that site and going back regularly, and that's how you will get graded. If you're looking on the Blackboard website, hopefully you are while you're watching this in the course documents, you will notice that Chapter 1, 2, and 3 are in a light blue color, and Chapter 3 on are in a maroon or red color. The blue means that I've gone through and it's ready to go. So, like what I'm doing right now, I'm finishing up the video, one of the videos for the Chapter 1. Before I leave this weekend, I will finish up Chapter 2 and Chapter 12. I like to be a week ahead, and that way I can make sure and keep things current if possible. So as you check down Chapter 1, I'm going to click it. You'll see a module. Each one of these chapters will have a module, so you know exactly what you need to do. So read through the module. This is where you'll find the PowerPoint for the chapter that you can look at, and also a YouTube video, if I have one for this chapter, will be right there for you to be able to get to. And then you'll see any extra documents down there in with this folder, and then at the end you'll see the quiz that would go along with the chapter. The quizzes are random. You have about an hour to get them completed and then submitted. They are due by Sunday midnight. So again, I would not procrastinate until Sunday at 11 o'clock and then find out your Wi-Fi is down. I would get on there a lot sooner to get that done. So that kind of gives you an idea of what you'll be doing each week. We've talked about the fact that they're due on Sunday night. There is one exception. I do believe the DI collection I have due on the Friday of the last full week of class, so I can get them done and graded. We talked about getting started, the course info, the course documents. You look along the side, you'll see assignments, and that is where all of the assignments are at. You have the interview, and it's in a folder that tells you all about the interview process, and that's where you'll turn in your final papers inside there. There's the observation report and all the documents you need, and I'll discuss that at a later date also. Differentiate instruction lesson plan rubric, and then the differentiated instruction collection assignment. Those are your big assignments in this class. And the tests, there's no need to worry about there is no midterm and no final. And each of the quizzes is embedded in each one of the chapter folders, so it's at the very end, and that's easy to get to. Discussion board, or discussions is what it's titled. You'll see the first one is EDSP 2100 FAQ. If at any time you have a question, make sure it's not a personal question about how I graded something or how you thought or whatever. Make sure that it's something pertinent that you don't understand. This is where you can put a question in there, and there may be another student that has already figured out or might be able to help you. And I'll get on there Monday, at least Monday and Wednesdays, probably a lot more, but Monday and Wednesdays for sure, and look over this. And if there's any question that is given, I will answer that question there. If it is a personal question, or if you'd rather email me anyway, then go ahead and email me is the best method. Especially so best method is email. I do have an office phone. I do work over the summer at work, so you can also call my office phone, which is in the syllabus also. I already talked about printing out the syllabus and course calendar. I would hang the course calendar in a place that you can remember to look at. If you've got a spot that you do all your homework or something like that, I would definitely put one there. If you need to have one with you, then make some different copies. Remember to get your background fingerprinting done, and if you have any questions, contact Mr. Runyon's office and watch the directions in here. And I already talked about the color blue. Read the rest of the information in the course information section. We talked about Module 1. And we talked about course documents. I'm trying to go through all my notes here. Talked about that. Again, if there's problems with Blackboard in general, give the help desk a call, and it's in the syllabus, and let them find out. But then email me that you're having trouble. Just because you call the Blackboard does not mean that I will get that information. And just because you're having issues does not mean the rest of us are having issues. So always keep me updated on ideas there. Again, the deadline on most everything is Sunday evening. Gives you time to work around your schedule and make sure you can get things done in a timely manner. And the observation report, we talked about that. So that's going to finish up my kind of an introduction video. I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, and then I'm going to go into a Chapter 1 video on Chapter 1. Anyway, good luck. Again, if you have questions, don't hesitate to email me, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.